Hello friends, as you know I am in China at the moment doing a series of projects and collaborations with different schools and stuff, drum schools, and today I'm going to a school, little drum school, a little one, right next to my house here in Hangzhou. And we're gonna check it out, and I'm gonna practice. I usually practice there. They let me practice there, and we're doing a little collaboration stuff as well. So I'm gonna take you to hopefully meet them and show you what it's like to have a little drum school in China. Here we have Starbucks, and it's in this kind of mall area. Up there we have an amazing hot pot restaurant. Well, this is all full of restaurants here pretty much, and you can eat a wide variety of Chinese food here. Pretty amazing. So anyway, the little school is this way. Man, it has been really hot in China, like 95 degrees, insane hot. But today doesn't feel so bad for some reason. Weird. So let's go. All different kinds of Chinese food. You can hear the drums already. You can hear the drumming. And here we are. I'm just gonna take you inside. So we're gonna walk in now to the school, and this is my lovely friend here who manages the school, and it's not called Land Sound Music. It's called Land Sound Music. Oh, Land Sound Music. And we have some different rooms: piano room, a guitar room, drum room, and there's a big drum room. Huh? Oh, this is like a band rehearsal room. So yeah. What's it like running a school in China?
Running a school?
Yeah, having a school in China. Is it nice? It's fun?
Yeah.
It's challenging? It's difficult?
Difficult?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Wow. How many students do you have here now?
Maybe 1,000.
1,000 students?
Yeah.
1,000 students. That's pretty great. Wow. So what's like the majority of your day? Is administration, like scheduling and stuff like that?
Yeah. Very hard.
Very hard, I can imagine. One kid can't make it, and then you have to replace another. Wow. How many teachers do you have here?
12.
12 teachers for 1,000 students.
Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty good.
Not very student every day come.
Yeah, right. That's amazing.
1 week.
Once a week they come. Right, once a week. Once a week, students come, 1,000 students, and yeah, that's pretty cool. I like this little school. It's got good spirits, good vibe.
Little, but warm.
Yes, little and warm. I like it a lot. All right, so let's go in and do some practicing. I'll show you around a little more. By the way, since everything is done on phone here in China, you pay by phone, you take the bus, take a taxi, everything is on your phone. Nobody carries cash unless you're in a real rural area. And so one of the things that makes a lot of money are these charging stations for your phone. You can find them everywhere, and you just scan this code, take out the battery, and you don't even need to have another battery. Just everywhere you go, every restaurant, every supermarket, it's crazy. They all have those little charging battery stations, and nobody steals them, which is great. You scan the code, take out one of the batteries, plug in your phone, and when you're done, you just put it back in. And on many occasions, you can leave them in different stations. If it's from the same company, you can leave it somewhere else. Pretty ingenious, crazy. So when I finally get to the kit here, these great folks generously let me practice here. I just honestly, I'm working on maintenance stuff now. If you're between gigs, like on the road and stuff, and then you have a week in between a gig, I like to do maintenance practicing. And what is that exactly? So it consists of two basic things for me. Working on things that I've worked on in the past, and just keeping my chops up, basically. So keeping my chops up is something that's always important, because you never know when you're going to need them. So what I do is just I go through a list of things that I do all the time, and this would be one of the things, something like this, just to keep my, just to stay loose, This is something I do all the time, a piece of vocabulary. Right, so things in between that lick. So I end up sounding something like this. So as you can see, a lot of maintenance practicing, it just means get the lead out. I haven't touched the drums in about 7 days now since the last event, so it's just time to get the lead out. And of course, I'm doing it a little faster here just for the video's sake, but you should do all that stuff slower, so like this. All that while trying to explore new ideas with it is always part of my maintenance work. And of course, when it comes time to play, you have to absolutely forget about the things you're practicing and just play music, which is a very, very, let's say, well, that's the real way to play drums. This thing about practicing on stage, I just can't do that. I don't do that, and it's not something you should do professionally. For maintenance practicing, yeah, man, I just go through the routine of what I am working on, and the main purpose, I guess, if you want to nail it down, is to just get the lead out. Be loose. So when you go to play the next day, I always let a day go by between practice sessions, to be quite honest. I don't like to practice the day of the gig. That's probably not a good idea, at least for me. Well, anyway. So yeah, some more stuff I'm working on, just this kind of thing. Anyway, as you see, I'm gonna leave all the mistakes in there. Just getting the lead out is important, and you know, to let a day go by, it's like your muscles need to recover, I think, and that's a good thing. And then I try not to listen to music at all before the gig, unless it's something like really difficult that I've been, you know, I'm pressed for time to learn the music. I just don't listen to any music at all before the gig, so my ears are fresh. So yeah, that's what's going on these days. So basically, this is what I'm working on. This type of flow, just flow energy. Anyway, it's important to get the blood moving, to get the hands moving around the body, the heart rate up, you know, and to get your mind together before any type of big playing event, okay? So that's what's happening today. Many greetings from here in China. There is one thing I forgot to mention. After a nice practice session in a different country, in a different city, places you've never been, there's nothing like getting a nice practice session in to make you feel like you're in touch with the instrument, in touch with your, let's say, core of your being, the very thing that keeps you alive, in touch with the infinite. Every time I practice, it's like that. I feel so good. I get such a beautiful high off just playing drums. It's amazing. Look at this city. This is my first time in this city, and this is the first time I've stayed in China for so long. Usually, it's just the longest time I've ever been here about a month at a time. This time it's going to be about 2 months, and I'm seriously considering coming back for some other events things that have been proposed that are in the pipeline. So we'll see. But yeah, that's what's going on. Anyway, from beautiful Hangzhou in China, just want to say hello. People are very friendly. They always watch you and see what you're doing on video. They want to say hello. They want to be on camera too. So anyway, it's a beautiful day. See you soon. Hi friends, I'm here to tell you about an exciting new program I have on my lesson site. It's called the Elite Program. In this program, you're going to be working with me very, very closely while I guide you through the entire site. The Elite Program, why do I call it that? Because I'm searching for the most dedicated people to study this material. If you want to be a professional drummer, you're going to have to change your life. You're going to have to put drums ahead of everything. And I'm here to make sure that that decision is something that's going to benefit your life in the most positive way it can. Some websites have guest artists that come in and show you some stuff for about an hour, and then they leave and you never hear from them again. You're stuck with the guys on the site that may or may not have much experience at all. In this program, you're going to be working with me directly, 3 hours a day for an entire week online, okay? We're going to be having conference online, video conference, 3 hours a day for a week. In this week, I'm going to guide you through everything, prepare you. I'm going to watch you play. I'm going to watch you practice. We're going to work together on things in the moment, okay, which is very important. Now, why the price, you may ask? Well, an online video session with me usually costs $270 for 2 hours. A private lesson with me in New York costs $100 an hour. A lot of guys charge a lot more than $100, maybe $200, $300 an hour. My price is $100 an hour. I think that's fair. So if you take that many hours with me, okay, 7 times 3, that's 21, that's $2,100. The price of the course is $1,900. So you're already saving $400 by doing it this way. $400 savings. Plus, you have the full year membership to the site with email support, Skype support, and everything else. This unique study situation has been brought about by the technology we enjoy today. Before, you would have had to travel to New York, hang out with me, come to my house, you know, have all those expenses of going to New York, which many guys have done. But now we can do things in a much more, let's say, efficient basis, more economical, and a way that you can be constantly in touch, not only having me in New York there while you're there. Okay, so this is, I think, an amazing opportunity to study. I've taught at some of the best drumming institutions in the world. That's not something that everybody can say. And I have all that knowledge right here waiting for you. If you're serious about your drumming, the lesson site is there. And I'm there as well, ready to make sure you get the most out of the drumming experience and having drums in your life. Okay? I hope you'll check out the Elite Program. The most innovative curriculum there is comes from having the experience from teaching all over the world, drummers at every level from the highest drumming cultures on the planet. What you're going to need to participate is a way to interact with me online. You need to have a drum set up with your camera, your phone, or whatever. It has to sound halfway decent, and a good Wi-Fi connection so we have uninterrupted streaming. Now, as far as the price goes, if you use PayPal, you can break up the payments that PayPal offers you of variety of ways you can pay. You can use your credit card, and if you don't have access to those things, just write me and we'll figure out a way. But this is a very important program and I think you're gonna love it. It's not a common opportunity to study drums, so I hope you'll take it and make the best of it. All right, folks, see you on the Elite program. Peace.